So, without further ado, we've got Trading Places, 1983 release by, I've got to say, one of my favourite directors ever, although, you know, later films are a bit ropey. John Landis, absolutely love his stuff.
Oh, he is good.
Leading up the cast, we've got Dan Aykroyd as Lewis Winthorpe III, Eddie Murphy as Billy Ray Valentine, Jamie Lee Curtis as Ophelia, the Tart with the Heart,
Lovely.
Donna Mesh and Ralph Bellamy rocking out the roles as Mortimer and Randolph Duke,
Donna Mesh,
who
great star.
I think possibly relished in the racism aspect a little too much.
They looked like they were kind of digging it, and maybe it was just a method, you know.
I hope so. And I love the wee I love the wee turn from Denholm Elliott as well. It was just, I thought, like the conscience of the film.
Oh yeah, just a bit what they say, you know. He's doing the one-sided conversation on the phone, you know.
And I've got to say, it's going to be quite hard for me to be quite overly critical of this because Landis films made up such a massive part of my youth, be it Blues Brothers or this as well, Kentucky Fried Movie, and Spies Like Us and Three Amigos. Like, just
let's not forget Into the Night, a forgotten gem of his, which is great. Check it out, folks.
Exactly. And then again, I didn't put it in there because that wasn't the one I'd watched a lot when I was wee. I used to always just sort of stick these, I suppose, like the stuff that you wouldn't watch when you're proper young, unless you're.
Because you'd
Unless
have
you're
your trousers.
unless you're Smith.
In fact, I'm sure I was in the pub to the American Werewolf last night.
What fucking dead people talking to you?
It was very similar. It was just, I'm not getting it.
The slaughtered Ouija.
Dodgy wee pub.
Right.
So,
sounds interesting.
Who wants to take point on the plot? What is the plot?
It's basically Prince and the Pauper, redone in modern day America. At the time, it was the early 80s, of course. Broker, born in a rich family, works for the two Duke brothers who run Broker's firm, is it? Some sort of big business anyway, that commodities deals, mostly frozen orange juice.
Frozen concentrated orange juice.
Yeah. And basically the two brothers have a bet that they can reduce one of their rich born employees to poverty whilst at the same time raising on their terms some sort of scumbag up from the gutter and making him a success in their world.
Basically the whole nature versus nurture.
Yes.
Isn't it? That's kind of the bottom line on that one. I think really, for me, I just kind of thought that Denholm and Dan is kind of like a really shitty Alfred and Batman. That's because he proper tends to his every whim.
Well, there was a big trend in the early 80s for the English butler. I mean, obviously John Gielgud did it with Dudley Moore and Arthur. I think this is better because it's funnier, basically.
William Barker was originally offered Coleman.
Oh, really? That would have been interesting. Yeah. All candles.
Now, I know that, like we've said there about Donna Mesh and Ralph Bellamy, possibly going method on this, but wow, this is quite a first for Mass Moviecide UK because it's such a thin line to go across without kind of, because
I couldn't.
We're not going to touch too deeply on it, but you know, there's a lot of racism in it.
But I mean,
you know, it was the times. I mean, different times, obviously. You know,
but what no way you get to make a film like that nowadays.
The blatant racist language, the Dan Aykroyd in blackface.
Oh God!
The amount of N-bombs that got dropped by the old boys, I was like, oh.
It does fit their character, I'll give it that, you know. I mean, you know, it's the bit where, you know, they're in the toilet and he says, you know, do you want N not sitting on father's chair? Of course not. I don't either. And I thought, ouch. But as of the time, so keep this in mind, people. You know, apart from that, it's not. We're not going to delve into this, but we thought we'd touch on it.
Always, I think, even with that, they do get their comeuppance, you know. So
there's a definite denouement to that cycle, you know.
Dan Aykroyd blacked up. It was just.
That was mad. That was just.
It was
actually.
It was actually hello, Dave.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. Yeah. But without the irony, there's much irony.
It's just so blatant as well, though, with like the initial scene where they're past first cross, where he's like that. Oh, take my money, take my briefcase, and he's like,
kill me,
man, take the briefcase, man, and he's like, he's like, don't hurt me, I'm getting married, because he just I've got to say, like, Aykroyd's voice is quite annoying in this.
Yeah.
When he's hustling you.
Is definitely not likeable. in my
No,
opinion.
no.
Which is perfect. I mean, before I'd seen this, I mean, obviously Aykroyd, we knew he was good in the Blues Brothers and such like in on Saturday Night Live, because we got that too. But I mean, this he just kicks out the park with this. With from the horrible, loathsome. This is pre-yup, well, kind of just pre-yuppie. That kind of preppy, yuppie, kind of Ivy League scumbag. Yeah.
Before it hit the UK, I think obviously it was
that James Spader later made his own.
So is it someone where, like, I would say then that it kind of hit the States first, and then we got it where, like, the Londoners were all kicking about.
I think it's just they don't just change terminologies, because we all knew those city types existed. It's just they came more into the fore in the 80s because of the mass commercial rise and such like, you know, with Reaganomics in America and with Thatcherism over here. Bit of politics for you people.